everything is under assumption at the moment because I have no evidence to say that it would work. My first goal, which I came out with, which is I wanted to get the site to $3,000 a month by the end of December, which is very highly unlikely to happen. Yeah. And the reason why I would say that is because of where I'm gauging where it's at the moment presently. And then on top of it, I threw a spanner in the works. I wasn't supposed to change the domain name throughout because I was trying to do this as a case study. But personally, I can still document that journey because as long as the site hits it, whether it's next June or whenever it may be, people are still going to love it. They're still going to gain a lot of valuable information from that, you know? So I'm still going to continue with it. I might just change and move the benchmark of the time length of how long I'll go at it for. But where I see the site is I want to establish the site as an authority within that space, you know, within the dog space. Yeah. So I already had written like almost everything on golden retrievers up until that point. I'd say about 30% of the articles were hitting position 1 rankings. So quite a substantial amount of them, but they were informational pieces of content. So I was getting quite a lot of traffic, but obviously it wasn't rewarded in high amounts of income because, you know, it's only monetized with ads predominantly. And then even when you do target them, they're not like big traffic like what you get from a dog article, you know, it's golden retriever specific articles. So I kind of maxed out within that space. So now what my plan is to just broaden out, and I'm now going into like, you know, general dog collars and harnesses and food and, you know, treats and all different things. And that's the plan, to just basically build the site. And then if I can get it to $3,000 a month, which was the plan initially, then I was going to sell it. But who knows? Because if I get to that point, I might think, you know what, maybe I can push it a bit further, you know? So that's what I have to see.
Very cool. And just as a thought exercise, I'm just curious, like if you had unlimited resources and you wanted to hit that $3,000 per month by December, what would you do? Unlimited resources and time.
Unlimited resource. That would be interesting. All right. Well, the first thing I would do personally, I would take the easiest route ever, because the site already holds a lot of topical relevancy within the golden retriever space. Anything that I haven't covered, I would go and get written immediately, because that almost instantly ranks for me. You know, anything I push out on golden retrievers ranks. And whilst I'm on that topic, before I answer that question, one of the things that I want to share in this video as well, which was quite interesting to find, is when I made the change of domain name, I was trying to write like low competition info articles to kind of test the space, you know, to get my feet wet in the general dog industry. And I wouldn't even show up in the top 100. So I wasn't ranking at all. And I thought, oh, you know, the domain's got a problem. Something's not right. Like, because Google had already switched most of my articles over, like, and they were ranking again for my existing content. But any new piece that I wrote wouldn't show up. And I was thinking, I'm pretty good at keyword research. I know these are low competition keywords. So why are they not showing up? I'm using Surfer SEO. I'm optimizing them. Everything's on point. And then what I realized is I thought, let me do a test and think, okay, let me write something about a golden retriever. I've got boggled up all on this new thing. Let me write. And I never kind of understood topical relevancy. So I wrote this golden retriever article, went and found an easy to rank question keyword. One thing that I have to do a lot of the time if I'm targeting golden retriever articles is I have to go and check if my site already ranks for it sporadically, because sometimes like my other articles that are related to it, I just show up randomly. So I had to make sure that I was completely clean, not in the top 100. Wrote the article straight away, position 17, within like about 20 minutes of publishing. So that gave me evidence that I'm just relevant. Google see me as relevant on that specific topic about golden retrievers. So that gave me, obviously, then I knew, okay, there's nothing wrong with the domain. I just need to establish some content in that industry. So then over time since then, obviously it hasn't been that long. I think it's been about a month or two. No, about a month or a couple of weeks, whenever it was. And all those articles that are targeted are every single one's ranking now. All the general dog information. So I'm now starting to climb within that, you know. But what was the question again? Now I forgot it because I went so off. Yeah,
It was basically what would you do if you had unlimited resources to hit
that's it.
$3,000 in
Yeah.
like 2 months?
Okay, yeah. So what I would do, because of the amount of traffic the site gets, I would definitely ramp up the links. Yeah. So I would get out as much content as I can because, as I said, I think that's where most of your effort should be focused. Personally, if I had unlimited resources and I wanted to get there as fast as possible, I would go and use my reverse engineer method to find buyer intent keywords that are of low competition. And I would just hammer down on those articles and then build them all out in a silo and hit them with links. I would definitely step up my game on the volume of links that I'm sending to these articles. And that's what I would do and hope for the best. That would be it.
That's awesome. How many articles would you try and publish? Just again, if you're just like
If I could,
making it up.
I mean, I don't know, as many as I could. You know, if it came into the hundreds, I would do that. But I mean, personally, you know, you want to use your resources well. So you don't want to just spend money. It needs to be still profitable if you were to sell the site. You know, you don't want to spend so much that it's not even rewarding if you sell it. So if I could publish and to get to that goal, what do I think that it would take me to get to that goal? Like how many articles? I would say I could get there in 50 articles, you know, based on the strategies that I use of low competition keywords.
Just the right ones. Very cool. And I like the idea of, build out the silo, hit, each of those child pages with
Mm,
links, and then you potentially boost up the whole
mm.
silo. So very cool.